So today, we're playing the Ranger, and it's time for Steel Goobert, as it is much easier to craft up with one whetstone. But hey, we're coming that Steel Goobert will pop a super fast attacking pet that's perfect for our big bowl of treats subclass. And we might also throw in some max life stacking for fun. But hey, check it out and let me know what you think of it. Okay, let's go jump some rank games with the Ranger and see what we can do today. So basically, we have the recipe for a shovel right now. I'm going to be grabbing that pretty much instantly, which is going to be awesome. We did get a Goobert. Maybe we could go for a rainbow Goobert since we found one early. It really depends on if we get its slime time. But it's not, I'm going to be grabbing it. Let's also grab our stone too, but yeah, this is going to be a round one. A bit of a strange one to be grabbing a full price Goobert, to be quite honest. And be crafting up a shovel too, but can our little Gooberts and our double weapons keep us alive, deal enough damage? Our opponent will have battle rage and they're going to have spikes, so we could, holy moly, get a big crate and win the game. Just pause the video to remind you to like, comment or subscribe if you enjoyed the video. It really helps me out. Thanks. Now let's get back to the video. Not too bad. Now we did get a shovel. I do want to grab ourselves a wooden sword, and I'm going to be crafting up that hero sword. Now I'm going to grab a garlic. I'm going to roll once. And a mason. I'm going to be grabbing this fanny pack. I'm going to be placing our garlic in with it for now. But yeah, we'll be moving on. And we could craft up a steel Goobert in our next turn, which is not too bad. Our opponent does have a pretty decent setup with a shell totem, broom, a short bow, and with that helper, they're going to have a lot of healing, but they haven't managed to get summon power, which is pretty good for us. But they are inflicting a lot of blinds with their broom, but so are we. But our Goobert is keeping us alive, and actually looking pretty decent for us. Now we're going to be crafting up that steel Goobert, but I'm going to be taking short bow. Let's take healing herbs. Let's roll. Although we could literally try to go for crossblades, since we do have a whetstone and a gloves of haste for now. But I'm going to sell a stone because I do want to grab the banana. So I'm going to grab the banana. I'm going to have to return the fanny pack. And unfortunately, yeah, I will be moving on till we craft up the steel Goobert. But we should still be in a pretty decent spot. We should be able to deal lots of damage. We should have tons of healing. Our opponent is inflicting a lot of poison on us, which is quite scary. We're also going to have that wooden buckler, but with our banana in, our stamina should be much, much better. And yeah, it's looking pretty good for us. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get slime time, which is really not great. A lot more difficult to try and go for rainbow Gooberts. But stone did get a bit of a buff, and we do have two stones. We could try to go for a steel Goobert's stoned type combo. So you know what? Let's actually take that. Let's also grab this home for Amethyst Steel. Amethyst Life, not too bad. We're going to be grabbing this bit of storage. I would have liked to grab a card too, but you know what? I'm going to reserve that card, but I'm going to have to move on. Now, we did opt to have our little short bow, scaling up damage on our steel Goobert. Now, we probably should have actually prioritized it with the range bag, so we have some crit chance as well, rather than just attack speed. But I don't think that 12% crit chance would have really mattered here. Our opponent just kind of smashed us quite a bit, unfortunately. But hey, okay, we actually did grab ourselves a turnip here, so I think it's time to go say goodbye to our shovel. It's been good and all, but I really want this turnip. To the point, we're going to grab this bit of storage. We're going to add you in, and we're going to add our little stones in. But hey, I will actually be moving on for right now. We could have grabbed another Lucky Clover for 3% more crit chance, but I think with our turnip, we should be able to scale up our damage along with our spikes. So all in all, it should be a pretty decent combo. And with our stones, we do have a chance to resist a lot of crits coming from something like this. Although our opponent did manage to get a big 26 crit, which is not great for us. And yeah, that big crit pretty much smashed us there. Now, speaking of crazy, that is Pop, which I'm going to have to take. I do want to grab a carrot. I would like to grab a CARROT GOOBERT too, but I'm going to have to leave for now. Looking for a bit of storage, because I do want to add Pop in to our freaking steel Goobert. I'm going to have to grab a stone, but I'm also going to have to grab a set of blueberries. And yeah, I'm going to be moving on. So Pop is going to be awesome with Steel Goobert, because Pop is going to attack super fast once we start stacking up mana. And yeah, it's going to be pretty decent. Super fast attacking with a Steel Goobert scaling type build. Our opponent does have Goobert though, with that unique. Again, another opponent with another turnip, so it must be turnip season. Not too bad. I was expecting to see a lot of hero swords, but yeah, not a lot of turnips. Let's grab our stone, let's grab our blueberries, let's roll. And hell yeah, I'm definitely going to go for that turn bloom. And we did get our bag stones, which I do want to grab as well. A lot of options, not a whole lot of storage. I think for now though, I'm going to add in our set of blueberries. Our blueberries is going to be scaling up our mana, which does increase our attack speed. So it shouldn't be too bad. Potentially. It is only going to be 3% faster every time a blueberries does trigger, which does take quite a bit of time to stack up all that mana for Pop. But it's still going to be pretty decent, and Pop is a ranged weapon, so it doesn't actually trigger on spikes, which is pretty decent for us. But our opponent has stacked up a lot of spikes. They do have some health pots for a lot of healing, and they do have 6 regen, but with our Steel Gooberts, our Pop is going to be dealing a lot of damage, and not too bad. Now, we did get our Turn Bloom, which is going to be amazing for us, and we definitely want to grab Big Ball of Treats here, since Pop is going to be a pet, and since your Steel Goobert is also a pet too, so yeah, going to be grabbing that. Let's also grab our bag of stones. We could grab that rat if we want to. You know what? Yeah, let's take it. Let's roll. Now that is a mana orb, which is perfect for Pop, to be quite honest. But I'm not going to take it for now. Unfortunately, I do want a lot more storage, so I'm going to have to reserve this fanny pack. And I'm going to add in 1 Lucky Clover for a little bit more accuracy. And I'm going to be moving on. Now, actually, what we should be really doing is to kind of have our setup to be more like this, so we have some crit chance on our Pop as well. But unfortunately, we are going to keep it this way for now. And I'm going to be rocking on, just so we can get the value from Big Ball of Treats, triggering our food items even faster. For our Steel Gooberts, it should be pretty decent. We should be able to stack up our mana a little bit faster, cleanse any debuffs, and yeah, have a 20% chance to activate our Steel Goobert twice, scaling up the damage of Pop, and Pop is going to attack twice as well. I think Pop is a super fantastic, fun pet, to be quite honest, and awesome. And we got our Rat Chef, which is going to be pretty decent. Let's grab you, let's roll. And we definitely wanted the Acorn Collar. We definitely want more storage. And we do want to switch this over to this side for now, so we can have Pop in here. Rat Chef is not going to be that great in that position anymore, so we could add in a little bit of short bow, but I do want a crit chance on our Pop with a Charm Blow. So realistically, I'm going to have to put our blueberries over here for now. Bag Stones still can't really go in. I'm going to roll though. Squirrel Archer I do actually kind of want to grab. And I definitely want an Undead Infidamla, because if we get Amulet Steel, we're going to be stacking up a lot of Empower for ourselves. But for this round, actually, let's sell our Amulet Life so we can grab ourselves this squirrel. And we're going to be crafting up our Squirrel Archer. And unfortunately, I'm only going to have our Acorn Ace over on our Turn Bloom Buds. Actually, without any luck generation, it's not going to really give us anything. Now, we can generate up luck with our Big Ball of Treats, so maybe I'll just rock with our Acorn Collar in, just in case. Okay, we'll see how we get on with this for now. With our Squirrel, once we grab our Squirrel Archer, we should be able to deal a lot more damage. And yeah, we'll see. Our opponent is putting up a pretty good fight though. They're dealing a lot of damage to us. We haven't really put a dent in their life whatsoever, but can we keep up? Unfortunately, no, we can't. We do end up bleeding our life, but once we grab our Squirrel Archer, that's going to be amazing for us. Now, we are rocking Turn Bloom. I really want to grab Power of the Moon here. That's exactly what I'm going to grab. Let's grab you, Amulet of Life. I do want to grab another carrot. Let's roll again. And I would like to go for Stone Golem, but unfortunately, we're missing 1 stone. So let's roll again. Now, unfortunately, with a crit chance, it's only going to be on our Squirrel Archer along with our Turn Bloom. which is a little less than ideal. I'm going to sell this again to keep rolling, and I definitely want to grab this ladder bag. I would also like to grab another card too, but we are going to need to grab a tiny bit more luck for ourselves if we do want our cards to start stacking up our power. But we'll see how we get on for now. So I'm hoping to have a big empower stacking type build, stacking up a bunch of max life, scaling up our damage with our steel gooberts, and with our power of the moon, get even more max life once that fatigue starts. And smashing. This is looking pretty darn awesome for sure. And we're going to be grabbing ourselves this ladder bag. Let's grab our carrot, let's roll, and I'm going to keep on for now. Now again, I'm going to have another go at actually grabbing ourselves a freaking Amethyst Steel. We've got an Amethyst of Energy, which honestly, yeah, it's not great for us. We're going to be grabbing this set of blueberries as well for now too. But we do want to add in our extra bit of luck. And unfortunately, yeah, I'm going to be rocking on. So not finding an Amethyst Steel is not super great for us. Amethyst Steel with the steel gooberts, with the stone as well, would actually be pretty darn savage for us. Unfortunately though, our opponent will have a light goobert. He's going to be inflicting a lot of blind on us, which is not great. It is going to be decreasing our accuracy, but yeah, can we keep up? That's a lot of damage incoming. We have 400 max life, and it's not looking too bad. However, our opponent is answer back. They do actually have a crazy amount of vampirism, but we're stacking up our max life, and that is big damage. Pop is dealing about 37 DPS, Bloom doing 32 DPS, and our Squirrel Archer dealing about 17. Now, I'm going to be grabbing this Rogue Potion in hopes of crafting up a second Bloom. Let's grab a set of blueberries. And I do also want this Potion Balls. But let's roll again. But I'm going to be rocking on. I did place more food items around our Rat Chef, which literally all it does is really give us some regen. Now, we didn't add in our Stamina Potion because we're not going to be run through Stamina as much. To be quite honest. Especially with a Rat Chef. And we're only rocking one Bloom. Anyways. Everything else doesn't use any Stamina, but we'll see if we can keep up with this heavy drinking, burning banner type build. Once the fatigue starts, yeah, we should have a lot of max life and not too bad. So all we need to do is find another turnip. I'm going to grab a stamina sack, I'm going to grab another carrot, and I'm going to grab another set of blueberries. Let's keep rolling. And I actually want to grab this pretty badly too, so unfortunately I think we are going to move on. Now we could also go for Excalibur with Bloom. Actually, that might have been awesome, especially with the Amethyst of Energy. Maybe that's something we should have actually done. Because we could trigger our big ball of treats, we could trigger all our food items much faster. Stacking up our cards, stacking up our blueberries. Because once we get to 10 mana, we start stacking up our luck, which then our cards does start stacking up our power, which does start increasing our max life quite significantly. And not too bad. We managed to pull ahead of this hammer dagger type build. But hey, we do have a 42 DPS, which is not too bad. Bloom, spikes, pop, Squirrel Archer. As for heals, not a whole lot. As for max life, about a 17 max life gain per second. Which once you grab a second Bloom, that should increase quite significantly. And as for block, yeah, we managed to get 145 block from our Steel Goobert, which is not too bad. Now stone hasn't really been too prevalent for us, but we did grab a stone, so now we can actually grab a stone gun. Let's grab you. We've got an Amethyst Feasting. Honestly, pretty decent. I'll take it. And yeah, we're going to have a stone gun. Is there any way we can grab it this round? Not exactly, so I'm just going to grab this bit of storage, jumble up every single thing that we do own. And yeah, we're going to take it in our next shop. But this should be pretty decent. With this singular Rat Chef as well, we should be able to stack up 4 regen. So we're going to need a little bit more source of regen so we can get our stone gun online, unfortunately. But can we keep up with this Reaper with Nocturnal Locklifter with a lot of lifesteal? We've stacked up an insane amount of power and smash. That is 118 crit. Not too bad. And we could also just grab a practically large greatsword, but yeah, I'm not going to be prioritizing that right now. Okay, I want this pretty much this round. But hey, I'm thinking about selling our Amethyst of Energy so we can grab ourselves in our stamina sack. That way we can craft up our freaking Steel Gooberts. But unfortunately, we are going to have to wait another round until we grab our turnip. So yeah, we are going to move on. Once we grab our Steel Gooberts, our stone is going to provide us a lot more block too. And we kind of want our steel gooberts on our golem, but I think we're going to have our second Torn Bloom on the steel gooberts. But so far, our opponent is putting up quite a good fight with their pets. But can we answer back? We do have a lot of power and not too bad. It's looking pretty darn smashed. They did have that Armor Steel though that I do desperately want. So we did get our Stone Golem. Let's grab our Turnip. Let's roll. And can we grab this Armor Steel? If we get the Armor Steel, we win. Another Element of Energy. Not so great. Let's keep rolling. Mana Orb, I actually do want to grab. That way we can stack up our mana for a pop, potentially. So I'm thinking about running with this sort of situation. So we have crit chance on both our turnips. While our Stone Golem and our Squirrel Archer will have a little bit of crit chance. Now our pop has 0% crit chance. It's going to be unfortunate until we find ourselves potentially another Acorn Collar. But we definitely want to grab ourselves a second turnip for sure. Stacking up even more max life is going to be super, super fantastic for us. But holy moly, that's a lot of damage coming from opponents with a Burning Blade, Burning Sword, Obsidian Dragon, with Phoenix. Unfortunately, we just can't keep up with that. We're pretty much a scaling builds. We definitely need a set of healing herbs. Let's grab our Mana Orb, let's roll, and let's grab this Protective Build first. I was going to say we might need a Heart Container, but actually with a Rat Chef in this position specifically, we should have enough to proc our Stone Golem pretty much straight away. So I'm going to roll, and I'm going to roll again. I wouldn't mind grabbing one final Lucky Clover. That way we do have about 3 luck at the very beginning. And just making it much easier to scale up arm power overall. Okay, so it did change a whole set of rounds. And we have Steel Goobert in this position and targeting our Torn Blooms along with our Pop and our Squirrel Archer. Now we did move our Big Ball of Treats away from Steel Gooberts. But we're going to have our Mana Orb in this position targeting on our food items. We're going to have a Rat Chef in here, which is going to give us 4 regen. Going to give us about 5 regen, and with our healing herbs we should be able to stack up enough for Stone Golem. I'm going to sell our garlic so we can grab ourselves one final Lucky Clover, and we should have crit chance on our Stone Golem with our double Torn Blooms. Now our Pop is not going to have that crit chance, neither is our Squirrel Archer, but it's going to have to be this way for now. With a Squirrel Archer we should be able to scale up our damage as well, and yeah, it should be pretty decent. Now the only thing is our Blueberries is going to be quite slow in this position, but it is a singular activator. But hey, can we deal with this opponent? They're stacking up a lot of block. Now, unfortunately, they did get to the Amnesty Steel, which is stacking up a lot of damage, but that is crazy, crazy damage. And we have almost 900 max life, which is pretty awesome. Now, holy moly, can we actually grab our Amnesty Steel? And honestly, I would have grabbed a Carrot Goobert as well as a Steel Goobert for this, if we did find that extra Gooberts. But hey, Armor of Darkness. Unfortunately, it's not that freaking Amnesty Steel. We could grab another Mana Orb, which I'm going to take for now, and I definitely want to grab ourselves another Panic Bag. Let's roll again. Now, Moon Armor might not have been too bad here as well, but yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going in hopes of trying to find an Amnesty Steel. But actually, I do want to keep this extra Mana Orb because increasing the speed of our Pop is going to be super awesome. Also, getting to our 10 mana mark, so our Blueberries actually stack up. Just that one extra bit of luck that we do need to get as well. And yeah, I'm going to keep our Arms of Darkness placed in this position because Pop is going to be effect damage. So that is actually going to be pretty awesome for us. I would like to have it targeting on our Pop. But who knows, maybe this is a better item activator. Because it only really activates on your item activation. But if Pop is going to be attacking super fast, it means 30% of the time we're going to be activating this. So technically speaking, if this attacks once per second, this should potentially have a 3-second cooldown, technically speaking. Maybe a little bit slower. I'm going to try it out. Our Blueberry might be a better position to the Amethyst of Darkness. But I'm going to have our Amethyst Feasting in here. And we're going to put our Blueberry in beside our Rat Chef, just in case our opponent is going to be running a Cap Discomfort, removing our regen a little bit. But yeah, we're going to see if it's going to be good enough. Can we beat down our final opponent, run a big up Busted Blade? Can we stack up enough max life to stop our opponent from smashing us with a 100% crit chance Busted Blade? We do also have a crazy amount of block thanks to good old Steel Gooberts, or Stone Golem. I keep calling them Steel Gooberts, but Stone Golem is also going to be stacking up our power. And yeah, we should be in a pretty good spot. We're going to have tons of block. And actually, one Arm of Steel here would have went straight nuts with the amount of block that we do have. And amazing. Super, super, super defensive build. which turned out to be crazy good. And we stacked up a decent bit of debuffs, not a crazy amount, but not too bad all the time. But hey, our build did end up with 100 DPS, being our Thorn Blooms being the vast majority of it because they did scale up that damage with that Empower as well as Steel Goobert. Then Pop doing a good bit. Now if this was crit chanced up, with 100% crit chance, Pop would be dealing twice that damage. As for heals, yeah, we had 0 healing, basically. But we did have 55 max health gain per second, which is pretty darn awesome. And then finally, as for block, we managed to get 35 block per second, which is also pretty good. We almost had about a 90 effective HP. Also, before we do move on, I did say I wanted to check something with that Arms of Darkness. So this blueberry's actually got 3 triggers, which does have a 2.7 second cooldown. While our Arms of Darkness actually had a 4-second cooldown, so it was better to be putting our Arms of Darkness in here rather than blueberries. But anyways, I'm going to leave here for now. We did survive with 3 lives left, so let's go and see just how much rank points we managed to get. Plus 11, ranks up a decent bit. But I'm going to leave here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope you keep a lookout for the next one. I'll see you next time. Okay, so we're going to begin a kind of a mirror setup, except our opponent only has 1 Thorn Bloom, which is pretty good for us, but they do have the CARROT GOOBERT. CARROT GOOBERT is going to be much better for stacking up their max life. Steel Goobert though does give us block, which is not too bad. It scales up our damage too, but we'll see who can win out. Now again, there's turbo stacking a lot of power. They're also stealing a lot of ours. They're dealing a ton of damage, but yeah, we're keeping up with our max life too, and not too bad. So we're going to begin a Dragon's Nest Obsidian Dragon Staffire type build. So they're going to be dealing a lot of damage. They're going to have lots and lots of scaling damage with that Staffire, but we also have lots and lots of scaling damage. And it's looking pretty good for us. And not too bad. We did stack up over Toad's max life. Pretty decent. Okay, so we're going to begin a Nuts crossblade setup. Are we going to get turbo deleted straight away? They're going to have a lot of crit damage. So if they do manage to get some big crits on us, that's going to be a lot of damage, but can we keep up? We're stacking up our max life, and not too bad.